Welcome to Hockey Wiz Talks podcast. In this podcast, I will give an update on the current NHL standings and playoff picture. In this podcast, I'm going to be giving an update on the current playoff picture. In first place in the Atlantic Division are the Toronto Maple Leafs with 100 points in 78 games. They have scored 255 goals for versus 227 goals against. Toronto has a 25-13-1 record at home versus a 23-13-3 record on the road. The Maple Leafs are 7-2-1 in the last 10 games. In second place in the Atlantic Division are the Tampa Bay Lightning with 97 points in 78 games. They have 279 goals for versus 206 goals against. Tampa Bay has a 27-8-3 record at home versus an 18-18-4 record on the road. The Lightning are 5-3-2 in the last 10 games. In third place in the Atlantic Division are the Florida Panthers with 96 points in 79 games. They have 245 goals for versus 211 goals against. Florida has a 26-11-2 record at home versus a 20-18-2 record on the road. The Panthers are 4-5-1 in the last 10 games. In first place in the Metropolitan Division are the Washington Capitals with 109 points in 78 games. They have 282 goals for versus 215 goals against. Washington has a 24-8-6 record at home versus a 24-10-3 record on the road. The Caps are 5-4-1 in the last 10 games. In second place in the Metropolitan Division are the Carolina Hurricanes with 97 points in 78 games. They have 251 goals for versus 215 goals against. Carolina has a 38-1 record at home versus a 16-16-3 record on the road. The Hurricanes are 4-5-1 in the last 10 games. In third place in the Metropolitan Division are the New Jersey Devils with 89 points in 78 games. They have 233 goals for versus 208 goals against. The Devils have a 19-14-5 record at home versus a 22-16-2 record on the road. The Devils are 5-4-1 in the last 10 games. The Ottawa Senators hold the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference with 90 points in 78 games. They have 224 goals for versus 220 goals against. Ottawa has a 24-11-2 record at home versus an 18-19-4 record on the road. The Sens are 6-3-1 in the last 10 games. The Montreal Canadiens hold the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference with 87 points in 78 games. They have 236 goals for versus 253 goals against. Montreal has a 22-12-5 record at home versus a 17-18-4 record on the road. The Habs are 6-3-1 in the last 10 games. In ninth place in the Eastern Conference are the Columbus Blue Jackets with 81 points in 78 games. They have 253 goals for versus 266 goals against. Columbus has a 24-10-5 record at home versus a 12-23-4 record on the road. The Blue Jackets are 5-5-0 in the last 10 games. In 10th place in the Eastern Conference are the New York Rangers, who also have 81 points but in 79 games. They have 244 goals for versus 245 goals against. The New York Rangers have an 18-19-3 record at home versus a 19-16-4 record on the road. In the last 10 games, the Rangers are 4-5-1. In 11th place in the Eastern Conference are the Detroit Red Wings with 79 points in 78 games. Detroit has 220 goals for versus 246 goals against. They have a 21-16-3 record at home versus a 15-19-4 record on the road. The Red Wings are 4-5-1 in the last 10 games. And the last team that is still in the playoff race in the Eastern Conference would be the New York Islanders with 79 points in 78 games. They have 218 goals for versus 247 goals against. The New York Islanders have a 19-16-5 record at home versus a 15-17-6 record on the road. The Islanders are 2-5-3 in the last 10 games. The Buffalo Sabres, Pittsburgh Penguins, Philadelphia Flyers, and Boston Bruins have been eliminated from playoff contention in the Eastern Conference. And now a word from our sponsor. Check out my scouting blog at hockeywiz777scouting.com. Listen to my scouting blog podcast on podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/hockeywiz777scouting. In first place in the Central Division are the Winnipeg Jets with 112 points in 79 games. They have 269 goals for versus 182 goals against. Winnipeg has a 29-6-4 record at home versus a 25-15-0 record on the road. The Jets are 7-3-0 in the last 10 games. In second place in the Central Division are the Dallas Stars with 106 points in 74 games. They have 269 goals for versus 208 goals against. Dallas has a 27-7-2 record at home versus a 22-14-2 record on the road. The Stars have a 6-2-2 record in the last 10 games. In third place in the Central Division are the Colorado Avalanche with 100 points in 80 games. They have 269 goals for versus 227 goals against. Colorado has a 26-12-3 record at home versus a 22-16-1 record on the road. The Avalanche have a 6-3-1 record in the last 10 games. In first place in the Pacific Division are the Vegas Golden Knights with 105 points in 79 games. They have 262 goals for versus 210 goals against. Vegas has a 28-9-3 record at home versus a 20-13-6 record on the road. The Golden Knights have a 7-2-1 record in the last 10 games. In second place in the Pacific Division are the LA Kings with 99 points in 78 games. They have 233 goals for versus 192 goals against. LA is 35-4 at home versus 15-19-5 on the road. The Kings are 7-3-0 in the last 10 games. In third place in the Pacific Division are the Edmonton Oilers with 95 points in 78 games. They have 248 goals for versus 228 goals against. The Oilers have a 24-12-3 record at home versus a 21-16-2 record on the road. The Oilers have a 5-4-1 record in the last 10 games. The Minnesota Wild hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference with 93 points in 79 games. They have 220 goals for versus 231 goals against. Minnesota has a 21-17-2 record at home versus a 22-12-5 record on the road. The Wild are 4-4-2 in the last 10 games. The St. Louis Blues hold the second and final wildcard spot in the Western Conference with 93 points in 80 games. They have 245 goals for versus 228 goals against. St. Louis has a 23-14-3 record at home versus a 20-16-4 record on the road. The Blues are 8-2-0 in the last 10 games. The only team outside of the playoffs that is still in the playoff race in the Western Conference is the Calgary Flames with 88 points in 78 games. They have 206 goals for versus 229 goals against. Calgary has a 20-12-6 record at home versus a 17-15-8 record on the road. The Flames have a 5-2-3 record in the last 10 games. The Vancouver Canucks, Utah Hockey Club, Anaheim Ducks, Seattle Kraken, Nashville Predators, Chicago Blackhawks, and San Jose Sharks have all been eliminated from playoff contention in the Western Conference. Check out my hockey blog at hockeywiztalkshockey.blogspot.com. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at hockeywiz777. The Toronto Maple Leafs, Tampa Bay Lightning, and Florida Panthers currently hold the top 3 spots in the Atlantic Division, with the Ottawa Senators sitting 6 points behind Florida for the 3rd seed in the Atlantic and currently holding on to the first wildcard spot. The Washington Capitals, Carolina Hurricanes, and New Jersey Devils hold the top 3 seeds in the Metropolitan Division, with the Columbus Blue Jackets and New York Rangers sitting 8 points behind New Jersey for the 3rd seed in the Metro. The Montreal Canadiens hold the second wildcard spot with 87 points, and there are 4 teams in the playoff picture behind them, including the Columbus Blue Jackets, New York Rangers, Detroit Red Wings, and New York Islanders. Both Columbus and the New York Rangers have a good chance to catch Montreal, although the chances are slim. We should already know the teams that will be in the playoffs. It's just now a matter of seeding. The Winnipeg Jets, Dallas Stars, and Colorado Avalanche currently hold the top 3 seeds in the Central Division, with the Minnesota Wild and St. Louis Blues just 7 points behind Colorado for the 3rd seed in the Central. The Vegas Golden Knights, LA Kings, and Edmonton Oilers currently hold the top 3 seeds in the Pacific Division, with the Calgary Flames sitting 7 points behind Edmonton for the 3rd seed in the Pacific. The Minnesota Wild and St. Louis Blues are currently tied with 93 points apiece and currently hold the 1st and 2nd wildcard spots. There is only one team outside the playoff picture that is still mathematically still in the race, and that is Calgary, although their chances are slim. We should already know the teams that will be in the playoff picture in the Western Conference. We should already know the teams that will be in the playoffs in the Western Conference. It's now just a matter of seeding. Listen to Hockey West Talks podcast on Podbean and Spotify. As the season draws to a close, the playoff picture is starting to clear up, and the potential playoff matchups look exciting, with multiple potential rivals set to face off in the first round. In my next podcast, I'll be previewing the quarterfinal matchups.